Yo guys, what is going on? It is your boy Nick from On The Foot Market, and guys, today we're back with another video in which we're going to talk about something really important, and I'm really excited for this week ahead. We have so many things in this week finally that we have to do on FIFA, and I'm just like, man, I'm just excited because I was a little worried about the state of FIFA, and obviously the state of FIFA this year has been different than other years. It's kind of like FIFA 16. It's been a little dead. I try to avoid that in my videos. I try to get you guys hyped for events. I try to stay away from that and keep on the positive side of things. But when you're being positive, sometimes you can't eliminate realities. And the reality of it is that this game this year has not been brilliant. It could be better in a lot of ways. And as much as I'd love to improve the game myself, I bet it's a lot more political and there's a lot more things going down than we all see on the outside. So we like to, crack jokes and all that and bash on the game. But at the end of the day, man, I want to be positive right now, and I want to look ahead at this whole freaking week. I'm so excited. So what we're going to be talking about today is Player of the Year. If you guys are excited for that, make sure you guys smash that like, and it's going to be a lot of information thrown at you guys today, so just keep this in mind. We're going to talk about every potential solution, every potential possibility. What are the right investments? What are the bad investments? We're going to talk about it all. Now, we did get 2 new league SBCs today, and it's super random. It happened on a Monday. I wasn't expecting it. And I don't think anybody was, but they're here. And they're there as a Premier League and Pro League. So you have a KDB and a how do you say his name? TOTS. Kind of looks like that guy from what was that, Manhunt, the Unabomber series. Anyways, I'm in terms of the name. If anybody's seen that series, let me know. It's a great TV show. Kevin De Bruyne though, man, that's you know what I saw when I saw this was I didn't see, oh my gosh, this is amazing. What I saw was really, okay, this is interesting because yes, EA has nothing to do with Player of the Year or Player of the Month, right? They don't really have anything to do with it, right? Other panels, the PFA does the Player of the Year, and Player of the Month is decided by a board of all the guys and who vote on it, and it's 10% fan vote, and that's ran through, I believe, the Premier League. But I think it's preparation now. Something that's really interesting, and again, this video is going to help you guys make a lot of coins and stuff, but it's more to get you guys to think of what I'm thinking about right now. And we're going to do a few things on this video, and the first thing I want to talk to you guys about is today on my Twitter. If you guys will follow me, check out my Twitter. What was interesting was I tweeted out this. I said, what people see today versus what I see, right? So you get these new League SBCs, and we'll talk about the significance of what EA is doing here and why they're stacking these, and there's going to be a future video on that because there's... Look, I could talk for 40 minutes about all this stuff because there's so many takeaways from today, and I'm trying to get you guys excited for this next week because there's a lot of things that are going to happen. Now I got money going down the drain because people are going to do these League SBCs because Team of the Season is still 2 weeks away and they're bored. They're going to submit their coins away. But this is what I was thinking. I said this is what people see today and what they're doing versus what I'm thinking. And I'm thinking Salah, and I put a picture of an award. And this video is Player of the Year oriented, right? And we're going to be talking investments. We're going to be talking how to make you guys all these coins, man, because that's what we do on this channel. We help you guys make coins, learn the market, and not have to spend a dime on this game while having fun with it too, man. You guys don't just come to my videos anymore to watch market. You guys come here, man, because it's a great community. It's a great vibe. And what we do on here, man, is it's great moving forward, man. I'm telling you guys, this is huge. I love trading, and that's why I want to keep embracing it, man, because it's just such a different part of the game, man, that's just a ton of fun, to be honest, man. Like, there's nothing better, man, right? It's amazing. So, what I want to talk about today with you guys specifically is Player of the Year. And as you can tell by the thumbnail, there are 3 main candidates, in my opinion, for this year's Player of the Year. It is Harry Kane, Kevin De Bruyne, and Mo Salah. Now, there's arguments for every one of them, I would say, and the betting odds would also say, if you look into it, that Salah and Kevin De Bruyne are the heavy favorites for this year's Player of the Year. Now, Player of the Year is decided by PFA, which is a whole organization within itself. They do a lot of awards every year, and it's a whole organization within themselves, right? The PFA is their own exclusive organization, and it doesn't have anything to do with EA. So EA last year released an SBC within Ultimate Team, and we will look at that today as an example of maybe investments to make. But I gotta be honest with you guys, I just think Salah has it this year, and that's my opinion. You guys don't have to go off my opinion, right? You guys can think, Kevin De Bruyne is a great... To be honest, guys, the odds right now have Kevin De Bruyne ahead of Salah. And I looked at it and I said, wow, that's insane. Because for me, Salah is the best player we've seen in the Premier League since Luis Suarez. And that's just what I think. I'm a Tottenham fan, guys, just so you know. I'm not a Liverpool fan. I think he's amazing. And, I look at De Bruyne as an excellent player. It's no disrespect on him, man. It's really not. It's an excellent player. He's basically led his team to the title. He's had a lot of help on that team, but he's done really well, man, to lead his team to the title. And City's going to win the title, even though they dropped that Man U this weekend. They're going to win. So that's a big... You've got a lot of moving pieces going on here. You've got some arguments for one and some arguments for the other. The main argument for KDB would be that he's had a stellar season. He's been the best midfielder in the Premier League, and he's basically the face of that team. He's led that team to the title, and if you look in recent years, Conte has won it. I believe Hazard won it, and I believe... I don't know who did the year before. Might have been Luis Suarez, but I believe statistically the last 2 or 3 PFA Player of the Year winners were on teams that won the league. So that is just something to keep in mind, and that's the stronger argument for KDB. The stats are good on KDB, but they're nothing like Salah's, and Salah is currently sitting right now with like 30 goals and 5 assists or something like that. And I think Salah needs 3 more goals in his next 5 games to break the record. Now, I want to get something on the record and say this straight. A lot of people have been telling me that the voting ended a while ago, that the voting ended before Salah, or a lot of the, not ended, but a lot of the votes were submitted before Salah had his 4-goal game. That was astonishing, and the goal scored and all these stuff he's been doing in the last few weeks. What I would like to just say is this. I believe the voting is not officially done yet. It may be done right now as you see this video, but in recent weeks, I still think that there was votes going in, and we've seen on Twitter that people are still tweeting out their voting ballots, which tells me that it's not completely done yet. Now, what all this means to me is that regardless of if the voting ballot may have also asked, up to this point, like up to this date, right? Who's the better player? Who's the player of the year? But guys, you can't, mentally you can block it out, right? You could say, okay, KDB was better until this date, and then Salah took over. But at the same time, Liverpool beating Man City 3-0 in the Champions League. Guys, even though that's not Premier League, I'm telling you right now, mentally, no matter who you are in the world, you watch that game and you see, right? You see something happen there that's unbelievable. It's crazy that Liverpool won that game. They broke down Man City for the first time we've really seen all year. To get a team like Man City broken down like that after their incredible year. And yes, guys, it's not the Premier League, right? So it doesn't count. But at the same time, you guys got to think mentally, man. It has to count for somewhere. It has to count for maybe that little sway of a vote. Anyways, that's just my take on that section. And I don't want to get too much into that because it gets really political. And all you guys are going to be like, Nick, why are you making videos about football? Stick to the market, make me coins. All right, we're gonna do that. Don't worry, that's happening in this video. But I wanted to clear that up, man, because everybody thinks, oh, no, it doesn't matter. That happened after that, or that's not in the Premier League. Guys, every single game matters. I don't care if it's in the Premier League. I don't care if it is in the Europa League. I don't care if it's in the Sunday Australian League, all right? Even the Sunday Australian League. Yeah, you guys, the Australia who's living a week ahead, all right? I don't care if it's in your little Sunday league at your recreational college, right? It still matters, okay? I'm telling you right now, it all still matters. So, with that all in mind, really, Harry Kane, right? If you want to invest for that, I would not buy Harry Kane informs. That's something where if it comes out, and, here's the deal, guys. EA puts out the SBC about an hour after the event happens, 30 minutes after. Now, the event will go down on the Snapchat, I believe, of PFA or EA Sports. I'm not sure which one. Last year it went out on EA. Now, this was the first time last year that we actually saw it's the first time last year that we actually saw anything like this coming out in Ultimate Team with an SBC, and I'm going to show you guys what Conte required, and I'm going to look you guys into that in a minute. It was the first time we saw it last year, but if you follow the Snapchat, nothing really went up like crazy after that Snapchat. I believe Chelsea players went up and Chelsea special cards, but not a ton of Conte's informs and things like that went up. So if you see something like that go out on the Snapchat, I will go buy whoever's inform is winning. If it's KDB, if it's Salah, it's Kane. Whoever stands up and gets the award, that's whose inform I would go buy. Now listen to me right now, very carefully to every single one of you. Some of you guys have watched videos on my channel where you've seen me have some Salahs, some Sterlings, which we'll talk about in another video later on. You guys have seen me have some Salahs. I gotta be pretty honest with you. That one I bought really high. Salah's currently around 400K on my console. He might be a little bit under, so he's 370. This morning he was about 400. He fluctuates a lot in that range. Guys, I will be selling my Salahs, at least the majority of them, before Friday. I'm telling you right now, you are getting this information, and that is my advice to you. Sell in the hype. I don't care if this thing is 500K, because if it's not required, if they find a way to curveball the Salah inform to not be required, this thing is going down to 240K, and you will lose 70 to 100,000 a card. So just keep that in mind. Nick Run the Foot Market is telling you to sell before the event, to sell in the hype. I've made a ton of videos on selling in the hype. Sell when people are buying. Always take the safe route. You never know with EA, okay? That's the first thing I want to talk about. Next thing I want to talk about is the same thing. If you have KDB informs, he's not inflated. So if you really think he's going to win, I don't know if they're going to require his inform because his supply isn't enough on the market, in my opinion. I don't think his supply is enough. However, I think if KDB does win, I would expect either Man City informs to be needed, or I would expect gold cards, KDB's gold card specifically, 89 or 91, whatever's cheaper, to be necessary to complete his SBC. That's what I would expect. Now, what we're going to do, guys, is we're going to move on. And, guys, by the way, I tell you guys how it is. I tell you guys where is the money and what is the move, right? Guys, I'm a huge Spurs fan. I'm telling you guys, I'm the closest thing to a diehard Spurs fan there is. I'm not even talking about Kane as player of the year because I know he's not going to win it. He's not winning it, guys. It's KDB or Salah, and I've got my eye on Salah, but that's me, and you guys are listening to me. I'm not trying to, okay. Anyways, guys, this is what I want to show you. So this was last year's PFA Player of the Year. This is N'Golo Kante's Player of the Year card last year. And you guys can see, man, that it's an unbelievable card. And that's why I'm making these videos, and that's why I'm getting you guys hyped, because this card is on par with the Team of the Season card. And to be honest, guys, if you have a ones to watch, Salah, if you have something like that, right, it's worth translating and submitting in here, because Salah's Player of the Year is most likely going to be like a 97 or 98 rated. So it's going to be totally worth to do it if you have the upgrade. Now, what we're going to talk about is what did Kante require last year? Now that we've gotten selling in the hype, now that we've gotten the candidates out of the way, just what specifically did N'Golo Kante actually require last year? Like, what did this SBC need? So, first thing you needed in the Player of the Year N'Golo Kante. Now, keep in mind, if you guys look in the comment section in Foothead down below, it was about 1 million, 1.1 million when it came out. So just keep that in mind, right? N'Golo Kante. Exchange one of Kante's special items. So you needed to submit one Chelsea player from France and 0 rare players, which means you couldn't use a rare gold card. You couldn't use Kante's gold. You needed to use his man of the match, his ones to watch, or any kind of special card. And that's how I think they take the approach with whoever wins this year. KDB has a group stage and an inform. And a gold card, and then Salah has 2 gold cards, which I just don't, for Salah, I don't see the gold cards being needed. And then Salah has a hero, informs, and a ones to watch. So that would cover everything. I think there's going to be a section saying Kevin De Bruyne or Mohamed Salah, and then one of those things, right? You get a mega pack for that. The next one was exchange a full Team of the Week squad, 84 rating, 11 Team of the Week players, which means you're going to need 6 or 7 84 rated Team of the Week players, 2 or 3 83s, and then maybe some 82s and 81s. And look, if you're a guy like me who did this SBC where I was doing those Team of the Week, I did over when they had it out during Foot Birthday, I believe. I don't know if it was Foot Birthday. I did a bunch of these 81 plus Team of the Week packs, right? So I've kept a bunch around. And the only ones I submitted were for some icons, so I submitted some of the 85s and 86s I packed, but I will be submitting some of these ones right here that I'm never going to use into whoever wins this, because for me, man, it's a really good way to save money. I won't have to worry about this SBC. Now, a lot of you guys may be wondering, should you invest for this? I don't think you should invest for this. I think it's too risky. I don't know if that's necessarily going to happen, and I'm going to speak about what I think investments are for this moving forward. I'm going to talk to you guys a little bit about this year and what I expect. I'm going to mix it in here, and then I'm going to give a general thought on the end. I know this video may be longer, guys, but look, I told you guys, it's information. This is the best you're going to get, guys. You're watching the best the best trader, man. You're watching the best guy who's bringing out you guys this content. So this is for you guys. Use it with your own knowledge. It's knowledge being passed on to you. Next one, 84 team rating, 3 ones to watch players. Now, this is something I've got my eyes on. I really do. I think that this is something that is a curveball that if there's cheap ones to watches right now, pick them up. I like it. I'm telling you guys right now, I like that buy right now. It's only 15, 16K for them. I think that's a good buy, and they flew last year, man. Those things went to 45K. Players from different nations, right? Exactly 11. 87 team rating. So this one you needed a bunch of, this was just a markup, right? Cover the earth, right? They try to sell it like it's some cool SBC. This is a markup. They're trying to just send out a bunch of coins more into this SBC to jack up the price. So 87 team rating does that. Then you needed a Chelsea squad, which is 84, 3 Chelsea players, so that's not going to limit you to having to put in high-rated Chelsea players, especially when they do the Premier League. Then you needed some Leicester players with some Team of the Weeks. And then you needed a Pass Club, which is SM. I don't know how to pronounce that last name. And then you needed a France squad, so you needed a nationality squad. So that's interesting because for the nationality squad, you needed 85 team rating, 6 France players. So if Belgium wins, you can expect probably 4 or 5 Belgian players 84, 85 team rating because they've got similar ratings in terms of higher ratings on FIFA to France. And if it's Egypt, if Salah wins, then you could probably expect a lower rating, but a full Egyptian squad. So that's the stuff I'm looking at right now. And then again, guys, look, I think moving into this, you can't go wrong with picking up. Now, here's the problem, and this is why EA did this. It's really hard to invest in Premier League players right now because they just went up today. You guys can see the 84K hills, 14K. All these guys went up today for the Premier League SBC. I'm sure if I go to my club, there's an influx of players from the Premier League that are up in value, and I don't know how many I have tradable, but I have a Petr Cech, which I bought for 20K, guys, and he's now 41,000, right? So I'm going to make 20,000 coins on that, right? So that's something else that you've got to keep in mind, and maybe a hint from EA that they're hitting you up a little bit there, man. I don't know if Dembele went up. I bought that like first week. But they're definitely, you know, making it hard to invest in Premier League players by putting this Premier League team League SBC out. So that's something I would take with caution, right? What I would do from this video, guys, is I would take in mind, right, that you've got a lot of good, you've got 2 main good candidates for this event, and I think that, look, I think Salah or KDB, whichever way it goes, it's very deserved. This is not a video to tell you guys I think it's Salah. This is a video to tell you guys where I think it is. Another thing that I wanted to mention before we end this video was there was another tweet I wanted to show you guys today, and Salah today won the 4th time this year Player of the Month from PFA. Now PFA is the looking for the word, the company or the award place that gives the Player of the Year award. So he's won the Player of the Month from this place 4 times, which for me is very telling. If you win a Player of the Month, and it's not, there's no criteria for that to be Player of the Year, but if you win it from the same place 14 times, that, I think for me that tells you something. So that's just where I'm at, guys. If you guys enjoyed this video, man, smash it a like. I'm trying to get this video to be as perfect as I could for you guys in terms of Player of the Year investing and really talking about Player of the Year and giving you guys the juice and exactly what I think the moves are. If you guys did enjoy the video today, it would mean the world to me if you guys could smash the like. It would also mean the world to me if you guys could subscribe, man. You guys have been showing crazy love lately, and I hope these videos are helping. I'm getting really excited because we've got a lot going ahead this week, potentially team at the knockout stage, and all that good stuff, man. So thank you guys again, and I will see you guys all in a video soon. Peace out.